Have you ever followed someone you shouldn't have? I did, and what I found out about my brother still haunts me. My older brother, Jake, had always been the golden boy. Popular, smart, and charming. But lately, he'd been acting strange, disappearing for hours at a time and coming home late at night, looking tired and on edge. When I asked him where he'd been, he'd just shrug it off, saying he was out with friends. But I didn't believe him. One night, I decided to follow him. He left the house around 11 p.m., and I trailed behind, careful to keep my distance. He didn't go to any of the usual spots. Instead, he headed towards the outskirts of town, to an area I'd never been before. Finally, he stopped at an old, abandoned warehouse. I watched as he slipped inside, my heart pounding. What was he doing here? I waited for a few minutes before quietly following him in. The place was dark and eerie, with only a few dim lights flickering inside. I could hear voices, low and serious. I crept closer, staying hidden behind some crates, and then I saw him. Jake was standing with a group of men I didn't recognize. They were all dressed in black, and one of them handed Jake a small package. I strained to hear what they were saying, but my mind was racing. Drugs? Money? Something worse? Suddenly, Jake looked up, his eyes locking onto mine. My blood ran cold as I realized he'd seen me. He motioned for me to leave, his expression a mix of anger and fear. I didn't need to be told twice. I bolted out of there and ran all the way home. When Jake came home later, he didn't say a word about it, and neither did I. But things were never the same between us. Whatever Jake was involved in, it was dangerous, and I'd learned a harsh lesson that night. Sometimes it's better not to know the truth.